Hey, Stephen Bonacore, the Podfather of gaming here, and I am with, you're not gonna believe this, Asmodee. See, I'm that important that Asmodee will talk to me. So I have never met Luke before yesterday, and Luke runs one of the newest studio imprint, you guys call them imprints, brands over at Asmodee. It's called Office Dog Games, right? Office Dog.
Just Office Dog.
Office Dog. And the funny thing is, we reported, people who know me and listen to the podcast, we reported that they had opened this studio, but that's all the information we had. We didn't have a press release. We had nothing. It was like a secret, like it's like a surprise. But that's crazy. You got to announce these things. We got Luke, the head of the studio, to talk about that. This is like an exclusive, I think, on some level.
Super,
Luke,
on every level.
On every level.
On every level.
And by the way, it's Luke Peterschmidt. Give me the full name there. So Luke, please give me some description of what Office Dog and Asmodee brand is going to be doing.
Sure. So first off, we called it Office Dog because the best part of all of our Zoom meetings during COVID was seeing people's pets on the Zoom calls.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So Office Dog exists for two reasons. We are going to make games based on properties that Asmodee owns and that the larger Embracer company owns. So that would be maybe some L5R games. We're definitely going to do some of those. We might do some games based on some computer properties that the parent company owns. So we're going to do a little bit of that. That's going to be fun. And
so what you're talking about is taking an IP,
yes,
an existing major IP that is already part of the Embracer Group, which is the parent of Asmodee. We've been talking about that, which is a humongous company. So Asmodee is huge. This company is 10 times the size of Asmodee. They own Asmodee. You're going to be grabbing those IPs and creating board games around them.
Creating board games around those, yeah.
And let me tell you, this really is a scoop. I mean, I don't know who else knows this, but we reported, of course, on the Embracer purchase out of PAI, they purchased Asmodee. We reported on this, and everyone was saying, like, well, obviously, they're going to be doing this. They're going to be getting those video game IPs and creating board games and stuff. But when are they going to do it? How are they going to do it? What studio is going to do it? Is it going to be Fantasy Flight? What's going to happen now? We know it's going to be Luke doing it.
It'll definitely be me. You know, some of those other studios might do it too. If we do a big miniatures game, for instance, that's going to go over to the studios that do
makes
big miniatures
sense,
games,
of course.
Right? Yeah, so, and for those who don't know, Embracer owns things like Dark Horse Comics, Borderlands. They just bought the studio that does Tomb Raider. So these are big properties.
They just bought, and I'm trying to remember the name of that company, which is a huge video game company adding into the video line.
Yeah.
We'll get to it. It's going to click here, but that was like announced like last week.
Yes, yeah. They're always looking to add into the group. And so what a studio does, or an imprint at Asmodee, is we do everything except the really boring things. So we've got people to handle logistics and shipping and printing, and none of those work for me. My team is just the creative nub. And the second part of my studio, which is exciting, is that creative nub is not going to include game designers. We're going to use external game designers, external game developers. So if you're out there and you've designed a game and you want to pitch it, find me online and you can pitch your game right to the biggest game company that exists.
That's great news for a lot of game designers, because obviously Asmodee has a lot of internal people.
That's right.
They get paid a salary. They barely get a name on a box, but that's cool because, you know, that's a big company. He's got to have that kind of stuff and get things going. You're going external with this.
Yes, all external. So if you're a rockstar game designer who just wants to pitch, come to me. If you're a brand new game designer, I've probably seen 30 games already at the show.
Oh, that's huge.
And there's some gems. There's some really good games out there. So East Coast game designers, we're on the East Coast now, basically. I'm your guy. I'm a quick drive from Pennsylvania. Show me your product.
That's pretty cool. So what's your timeline? Obviously, we're talking new company.
Yeah.
Are you even going to put out a press release? I mean, I would think the big guy here should be putting out a press release for you.
So right now, consumer facing, there's not much point to be public because our first game won't be out for 18 months, 2 years, right? That's how long it takes to the process.
That's a design and development cycle.
That's
like
right.
2 years.
2 years. So right now we are filling our pipeline full of great games. We won't even have a marketing person on staff for maybe 6 months. I'm currently looking for a rockstar creative director. So if you're out there and you're a rockstar creative director, I don't care what industry you work in. If you work in fashion or toys or custom cars, if you have a creative vision and want to take a shot at the tabletop space, go to the Asmodee site and you'll see where you can apply for that job.
It's right. It's at the Asmodee site, asmodee.com.
Asmodee.com. I'm still pretty new.
But that they are published. They are have it as a public.
It is a public listing.
Listing
yes.
right now. That's really cool.
So yeah, my team will be pretty small, but we'll use a lot of external people, and I'm excited to give people a shot at their first game, maybe through us.
And you'd basically be going through the biggest company in gaming in the world, which is really amazing.
Very exciting.
And you kind of already mentioned at least one IP that you'd be doing a game based on, right? I don't know, you can confirm truly L5R might be a game?
Yes, we're definitely going to make some L5R games. That is 100% going to happen. So if you're out there and you have an L5R pitch you want to give me, maybe it's a clan game, maybe it's just the Crab Clan. Show me. Maybe it's rice farming. Sure, rice farming. Maybe it's a big epic game. Show me. I want to see these games.
That's really cool. Any other pieces of the puzzle that you're going to be putting together, or right now you're just going out looking for the games that are going to be the first ones in the line?
You know, we're going to do some original games, so some not licensed games.
Okay.
And I've seen 2 or 3 at this show that I'm probably going to look to sign.
Wow.
Now, the way we're going to work is we're going to sign games, and to be totally upfront, for every 3 we sign, maybe we publish 1 or 2 all the way through the process. But early on, there'll be times where we might give the game back.
Sure.
Our games have got to be globally successful. We're a global company, so there's some great games out there, but I need to make sure that our French partners and our German partners and our companies also think they're great for their region.
Right.
But before I do that, I'll lock a game down, and then at least 2, maybe 3 at the show I've seen already that will be getting good letters from me at the end of the show.
This is a great piece of news for everybody out there. If you're a game designer or developer, you want to plug yourself into the industry, new company in the biggest the biggest company around. If you want it, where should they go? Obviously, Asmodee.com is where you go and look for that one job.
Yeah.
If they want to pitch you and stuff like that, do they go to Office Dog?
So Office Dog's website is just getting made now. We're that new. You can contact me on Twitter. It's just L Peterschmidt.
That's easy.
That's easy. Yeah, easy. It's just Peter and Schmidt smashed together.
There you
It appears down here on your screen right now. Is that how that works? I see people just move their hands.
I don't think we're going to be able to do that. Peter Schmidt, L. Peter
With
Schmidt.
an L Peter Schmidt. Yeah,
you go.
and I'm a new employee. We have Brian. He's going to take head on pitching, so I'll probably pass you along to somebody else. But yeah, bring your ideas.
Is that Brian B? That
Yes,
I know?
it is.
Brian Bornmuller, right?
Yes.
I knew that he had come back to Asmodee. Brian's another good old friend of mine. Was at Asmodee, left, went to another company, PSI it was, and now he's back at Asmodee, which is
brought
awesome.
him back.
They got just when he thought he was out, they pulled him back in.
Brian's
So,
an amazing talent.
he is an amazing guy, and he's a young guy, but he's one of the old ones, so to speak. He was there with Chris Peterson at Fantasy Flight Games before all of the mergers and stuff like that. Really smart, really nice guy.
Knows every game ever made.
He knows every game ever made. I believe he's played every game ever made.
Yeah.
He's here at the show too, isn't he?
He is not.
He's not here at the show.
He's
That's
preparing
terrible.
for our first digital pitch day, where people will be pitching him games
Oh, wow.
on Tabletop Simulator.
That's very,
or
very cool.
Whatever tabletop thing you want to do.
Absolutely. Well, Luke, really, this has been really great. Thank you
Thanks
so
so
much for doing this. It's really great meeting you for the first time. They've put the right person in charge of this studio, because I was talking to Zev. Everybody knows Zev Schlosinger, who's at WizKids Games, and he was like, "Oh my God, you're going to be talking to Luke. Luke, I've known Luke for years and years and years. I haven't known you, and I almost know everybody."
I know.
It's really, really good to finally meet you. And good luck with this. Office Dog. Not even studios.
Not even studios.
It's Office Dog, an imprint brand, or whatever you want to call it, of Asmodee. If you want to pitch games, find Luke on Twitter at L. Peterschmidt, soon to be having a real website and real ways of contacting them. This is Stephen Bonacore, the Podfather of Gaming for OriginsTV, and we'll see you again soon.